Bonnet, and welcome to the Local Buzz. And as you know, the Local Buzz showcases all the wonderful professionals we have in our community. And today we're excited to have Rand Jenkins with the Mountain MOJO Group with us. Rand, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Hey, can you give us a quick intro on who you are, what you do, and why marketing is your passion?
You bet. So, Rand Jenkins, co-founder of Mountain MOJO Group, which is a marketing agency out of Flagstaff, Arizona. And we do just a few things. We build a whole lot of websites and we design a lot of brand kits or logos for folks. And then on a monthly basis, we have retained clients where we do everything from SEO and PPC to social and PR and web dev and a little bit of photography, a little bit of videography, but just, basically holistic marketing for folks.
Awesome. So before Mountain MOJO Group, you are also into festivals, which I think is super fascinating. And I know you did some festivals, or you ran some festivals in the Flagstaff area. Can you give us the quick overview of your festival, your past in festivals?
You bet. Yeah, it kind of started back in high school. I was the one that would kind of get everybody together in the woods and find a keg and charge $5 for cups. And so that led into some production work. My brother lived out in LA, and so I worked for Viacom through MTV, so some of the video and music awards out there that kind of led me into a little bit more production life. And all along the way, I was in the service industry, and so those two things kind of I was all about curating experiences for people. And so, in my late 20s, I had the opportunity with some friends to buy a bar. And so I ran a bar that we turned from a brewery into a music venue. And then using that experience and those connections, in 2010, I started a couple festivals. And in 2012, I was asked to run the amphitheater up in Flagstaff. And then we added some festivals, and so yeah, I've just been in, it's promotions or, that curated experience, plus just wanting to share and connect everyone within a community, led me to a whole lot of concerts and fundraisers and festivals and just mass gatherings that don't really happen too much anymore.
So what are your predictions? Do you think festivals will come back? Maybe not in 2020, but 2021. Do you see some type of festival scenario coming back?
I don't know enough about the medical side of what's going on and how, what we're waiting for or what that next step is. But I do know, talking to some talent buyers and talking to some festival owners and some venue owners over the last few months, they're scared to death. This could be something that could last 3, 4, 5 years for them as far as an impact of overall, ticket sales. And the market's really saturated when it comes to things to do, and with streaming online at home, and it's really difficult to get people out anyways. And so this kind of threw a big wrench into things, and I fear that there's going to be a whole lot of festivals and even venues that don't open back up. So yeah, I think that the big ones, the really large ones, 50,000 or more, I don't know how long they're gonna wait, but I guarantee that they're not gonna be rushing back to doing them. At least music festivals I'm familiar with. I'm sure there's other festivals and rodeos that will persevere. But yeah, it's a scary time, and if you can do anything right now, it's to try and buy music. You buy music somehow, some way. Keep these artists, because they're inspired and they're writing and they're probably producing some amazing stuff, but they don't really have a great way to get it out other than digitally. And so, yeah, if you can do anything, I mean, it's all about the artists. I think the venue owners will find a way, and the promoters and the buyers, the agents, they'll all find a way to come back into the industry, but we really need the artists to keep us alive.
So I really feel your passion. So you're really, I mean, you can just feel the passion when you talk about it, about, just that experience, how the feeling you get when you go to a festival and the feeling, the artists get when, when they are performing at a festival. And would you say kind of, that curated experience that you were talking about, do you feel that's really, the fire that was lit to then inspire you to open the Mountain MOJO Group?
Yeah, it's pretty close. I mean, I feel like that I'm just a connector, and so connecting musicians to fans is not very different than connecting clients to customers. And the cool part about it is the hours are much better. The stress and strain of leveraging a tremendous amount of resources and hoping people show up is not there anymore. And also, I get to tap into the creative side. So for a lot of our videography, I get to do all the scripts and the storyboards and things. And for the social team, I get to weigh in and come up with really fun brainstorm ideas for them. And even in website builds, we feel like every website tells a story, and I really enjoy trying to figure out the psychology behind what makes people happy and what makes them inspired and what makes them creative, and so I get to do that all day every day. But yeah, promoting music and then promoting local businesses that I love, it's not too long of a bridge. It was a pretty easy transition.
Yeah. So would you say, do you work with a certain type of business, like a certain vertical, or are you, do you have, or do you enjoy or have the experience to work with multiple types of businesses? Do you have a certain focus?
That's a good question. Thanks for asking it, because it's one of those things, we're only 4.5 years old. We're coming up, we'll be 5 at the end of this year. And so we're still really trying to find our identity. We built a really strong team, very fortunate to have the people that we have on our team. And so we positioned ourselves originally to be really local centric and to be focused on the local businesses. And then as we've started to get some larger clients in Flagstaff, we've identified them. One is in the hardware retail industry, and then another one recently is in the outdoor industry. We've figured out a way where we can start to use those verticals and go after some other clients that we really align with. And so, yeah, that's really the key. So we'll only work with locally owned businesses. And so that's kind of our main target, and with our overarching goal, which is to build community. So whenever we engage with a client, we are hoping, with these hardware retail stores, they employ 150, 200 people. And so by helping that business, helping the locally owned family-owned business, we're also helping, a tremendous amount of the community as well. And so it kind of fulfills our goal. So that's one vertical. But then to go back to your question, we love supporting local businesses, and the only caveat we have there is, we're industry specific as well. So we'll only help, one realtor, one attorney, or, one doctor's office within any given region. We don't want to compete with ourselves. So that's the only other thing. But yeah, typically we align well with people who are either transitioning into digital or that are willing to be to put in the hard work to get into digital, that want to grow. And we align really well with those types of clients, and and we usually get to hold on to them for quite some time.
This weekend we were down in Tucson and went out to dinner, and the restaurant had a sign, on the window, and it says, "When you dine in this restaurant, you're supporting local." And then it listed all the local vendors that restaurant uses, as their vendors. And I thought that was such a cool sign, because it really showed that, yeah, you might be eating at this one restaurant, but you're really helping to put, dollars in these other local businesses' pockets. So that was super cool to see the trickle down effect, kind of like what you were saying. So yeah, if you work with a local business, but if you make that local business better, that trickle down effect is monumental for that particular community.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. It's a beautiful thing when it works, and it's a cool fight to be in, with all the corporate chains and how powerful the marketing dollars can be. to be really strategic and find a way in and out of those I don't want to call them fights, but those challenges with corporations is super fun.
Yeah. So now that you've made your way down the hill, like you said earlier, down to Phoenix, like you said, obviously now you're helping more businesses. Yes, that you can do Flagstaff, and I believe you did Payson and things of that nature. But now, you and your team are ready to help businesses down the hill, down here in Phoenix or Anthem, or areas of that nature too.
Yeah, we are excited about that. Everywhere I go, I try and take that build of community philosophy with me. And a majority of that is just, I won't eat at a place where I don't know, who owns it. I won't really shop, retail unless I know who they are or it's a thrift store. But there's a lot of connection that that I don't really have yet. Only being here a few months, that I'm super excited to be able to build, because I just naturally promote, I naturally connect, and I naturally just talk to a lot of people all the time. And so, yeah, I'm just anxious to get to meet and know a lot of folks, and then also, try and bring some sort of marketing education to folks, and see if I can't help their businesses, either, by representing them or meeting with them and kind of, working through certain pain points that they've got, or giving them certain tips to be able to get their marketing in line and grow.
And so that kind of segues into another cool thing that you guys do is the Mountain Love program. So correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a good way that you can help nonprofits with their marketing efforts, with their digital marketing efforts. Can you just touch base on that a tad?
You bet. So every month we identify a nonprofit that we donate a block of hours to, and to be able to address, something that they want. And typically, it's website development, and, we'll go in there and we'll either fix up some stuff on their site, or improve UI UX, or train them up in their team on how to update things and how to keep the website moving quick. But it's also, social media strategy. We just did a really fun one for Catholic Charities. We helped out with a website for, some food kitchens up in Flag. And so, yeah, on a monthly basis, we just want to be able to give back. And we thought the most effective way for us to give back, obviously the team is given hours per month and they can go volunteer in organizations. But us as an agency, if we can donate a certain amount of time to a nonprofit, we feel like we can really move the needle, either increasing donations, or recruiting volunteers, or being able to get the word out so they can help more people. So yeah, it's just kind of a passion project that came up, maybe about a year in, when we realized, hey, this might work, and it's grown ever since, and the team loves it. They absolutely love it.
Yeah, because it gives you that good feeling, because you're doing good for someone else. You know that you're helping, because nonprofits, yes, a lot of them are on that shoestring budget, so
Mhm.
they are the most thankful people when it comes to marketing help like that. So I'm sure they're just so thankful for any tips and tricks that you can provide during that month to help them, like you said, move the needle.
Yeah, it's been really fun. Event promotions too, so I can kind of get back into that, because they've got a lot of fundraisers and things. And so yeah, so far so good. And if anybody out there has a nonprofit that, you can apply on our website, and we've got a committee for it, and we can try and figure out if we can help you.
Awesome. So to speak of on that, the best way to get a hold of you or Mountain MOJO Group, can you give us that information?
You bet. So we're at mountainmojogroup.com, and Mojo is MOJO. And we've got all of our information on there. The Mountain Love information has its own tab in the menu bar, and then we have contact forms that are on there that go straight to me. I'm in charge of sales still, and so if you submit a form there, I'll send over an email with a calendar link, and we'll be able to sit down and talk through whatever it is you're trying to figure out in the world of marketing.
I love that you said you are a connector, and then you're also a curator of curated experiences. I think those are gold. That's what you need to put on your business card. I love it.
I love the guidelines. Just shoot them off. That's a fantastic one.
Well, Rand, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of Vinvana's network. And it is great to get to know you and, get to see you monthly in the Anthem Area Chamber. So we will definitely be in contact more there. And as we grow our network, we'll grow your network and we'll all grow together. And that's what the local buzz is all about.
That's amazing. That's a great closing line. And yeah, I just appreciate you having me. And yeah, more than anything, I really appreciate what you're doing for small businesses.
Awesome. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to share the video, like our YouTube channel at Vinvana, and get ready for the next local buzz.